Hi everyone, welcome to another lesson. Today we'll be doing something fun like 2 weeks ago. So for today, we need paper plates, scissors, and if you have the small scissors that are not dangerous, those are actually ideal. I couldn't find any at my place, but these are kind of dangerous. So try to use the small ones. And you would need a marker. Okay? And as for the paper plates, as you can see, these are very thin. And I went to my favorite store, dollar store, to get these also. This whole stack was just $1. Now make sure you get these types that are very thin and flexible. Okay, we don't want the more expensive type that are thicker. That wouldn't work for this craft activity. Okay, all right. So we will start with the whole note. So with one plate, we start with the whole note. And whole note is just basically a circle or an oval. Okay, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's how we clap whole notes. So as you can see, I put down the name whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the whole note, we're already finished. Now, here comes the half note. For the half note, we take another paper plate and then we fold it in half. Make sure the edges are aligned and we fold it in half like this. And you open it up and you see this crease. Now what you do is you take your scissors, hopefully yours is the safe one, and we will just cut along the crease in half. Now we have two sides or two pieces, and in each of them we will draw half note. And remember, half note has a stem and an empty circle. And do you remember how to clap half notes? It's 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, and let's write down the name also. Half note. Half note. Like this. And I will just put them on top of the whole note. Now what's next? Next one is the quarter note. So I take another paper plate, and now this time I fold it in half. Make sure it's aligned. And I fold it again. And how many pieces do you think it's going to be after I cut them? It's going to be 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're in 4th grade or 5th grade, you should know what 1/4 is, right? What do you call 1/4? A quarter, right? That's why this is called a quarter note. Oh, I have to cut it first. So let me cut half first. Straight up. I'm just gonna cut it in half. And then I see another crease here, so I will cut it one more time. And then let's put them back into the shape that it was. And now I have 4 pieces. In each one of them, I will draw a quarter note. Remember, quarter note looks like the half note, but the head is colored in. So I'll show you. Each one of them looks like this. Okay. And on the bottom of it, I'm just going to put ta, because that's how we clap quarter note. Ta, 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 right? And on top, we will put the name. Quarter note. Quarter note. Quarter note. Quarter note. I'm not going to show you all 4, but this is what you need to write and draw in each one of the pieces. Q-U-A-R-T-E-R, note is N-O-T-E. Okay, and I have 4 pieces. All right, and I'm going to put them on top of the whole note, half note, and now it's the quarter note. All right, we're not finished yet. We have 2 more. So for the next note, we need to have the 8th notes. So we do the same. We fold it in half. And then you fold it in half again to make the quarter. And what do you think we have to do next? We fold it one more time. Now, this is where you have to be careful because it's getting thicker and it's harder. But we want to make each piece as same size as possible. So make sure the edge over here is really lined up. And then you press this side. Press the edges. Okay. And then you open it up. For this one, you can cut it. You can cut all the pieces, but for this one, since there are so many little pieces, I'm going to draw the notes first, and then I'll cut them. All right. So it's like a pizza slice. So I see that here and here. That's one side. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pieces. So on this one, you have to make sure you're careful. You're writing very slowly. Or sorry, very small letters. So we start with 1, A note, T. I know that you're used to T, right? You're used to, just use this. A lot of you are used to looking at this, TT. But did you know that if you want just 1/8 note, then it's actually with a tail, okay? So for this activity, we're just using the tail. We don't need both notes. So in each one of the pieces, I will draw the note and say 8th note. Now how many times do we have to do this? 8 times. You can pause anytime you need to catch up, or you could do this along with me in real time. Okay, so I'm finished. I drew eighth note, P, in all the pieces. Now I'm going to cut them. This is a little bit more challenging. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it in half first. And then cut it in half one more time. There are 8 pieces. Now my job is to put that on top of this stack. Like this. Okay, now here's the real lesson. Here's a whole note. How many eighth notes fit into whole notes? Let's see. We'll just put the eighth note on top of the whole note plate. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 eighth notes in a whole note. That's why they're called the eighth note. Isn't that crazy? All right, now let's see how many half notes fit into the quarter note. Oh, sorry, fit into the whole note. 1, 2. That is why they're called the half notes. Because each one of them is half a whole note. That's why they're called half notes. How about quarter? We already went over this. How many quarter note in whole notes? 4. Because 1/4 is called a quarter. Alright, next step is, here's a half note. How many quarter note fits into a half note? 1 and 2. Wow, look at this. 2 quarter notes fit into a half note. My next question. How many eighth notes fit into quarter notes? This time, I'm not going to give you the answer. I'll give you 5 seconds to try to figure it out on your own, and we'll share the answer. If you said 2 eighth notes fit into quarter note, you are correct. Look at that. There's a quarter note and 2 eighth note fits in. One more question. How many eighth notes fit into 1 half note? How many eighth notes fit into 1 half note? I'll give you 5 seconds again. Let's figure it out. How many eighth notes are there? There are 4 eighth notes. So 4 eighth notes goes into 1 half note. Okay, so boys and girls, this is a game for all ages, an activity for all ages to help you really understand the value of each note, each rhythm. Now, I didn't get to the 16th notes because that would mean I would have to fold it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I'll have to cut the pieces into 16 pieces. But if you are up for the challenge, feel free. I'm not going to cut every pieces. I'll just show you real quickly. If you want to do it, you may do it on your own. So that's the quarter size. Here's the eighth note size. And then you have to fold it yet one more time. That's the 16th note size. Now you see why I didn't really get to the 16th note. Anyway, when you open it up, this is what you do. First, you have to make sure you have the 16 little pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 pieces. And in one small space, you have to draw something that looks like the 8th note, but has 2 tails. You see? 8th note has 1 tail, 16th note has 2 tails. And I'm going to say 16th note on the top. Okay? And for this one, we're not gonna put T because T is for the 8th note. We're not gonna put anything on the bottom. And you would have to do that 15 more times to fill in the 16 spaces and cut it into 16 different pieces. Okay? If you're up for the challenge, you go ahead. I encourage you. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will upload one more video for this week, and that will be for a game called Bingo, a musical bingo. So keep your eyes out for another video this week. Okay? Hope you stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye.